Brody, you are on.
Yo, we're live. Hey, it's solo though. No one's talking to me. This is gonna be weird. Except you're there. I can hear you.
Yeah, I'll be
Oh,
here.
that's good. Awesome. Yeah, we're live. K9. What's up, my guy? How you doing? I usually watch the YouTube. I think the chat comments are a little faster. Hey guys, what's up, man? As we're trickling in, we'll get it here. We got some news broke already. That's always fun, NBA. I mean, even a 4-game slate, we got some news. Might change the slate a little bit here. We might get a little bit more Detroit value, so we got to watch for updates on that, guys. We got Cade Cunningham just got ruled out. You got that on your
Yeah,
tracker there?
Cade's out, Jaw's out. We're the most recent. We knew Jaw was game time warming up, and Cade is now out too. Yep.
Yep. All right, so that's some big news. So we'll want to wait to the projections update on the Detroit news, but we can talk about the slate a little bit. I haven't built my lineup yet either, so we'll probably share a little bit of my screen, and just kind of go through what I do.
Goga just announced out.
Ooh, that's news too. Okay, so that's big. We got some big news. I know the show earlier talked about that Memphis game. That's gonna be chalk, guys. We talked about Dylan Brooks. We're getting 27 minutes here. I think Sheets had him at 28 minutes. Tyus Jones is almost a lock. He's like a 9.6, almost grades out like on RGV on Rotogrind is very hard fade. And then the other guy's like a 7-point decrease in points. So that's a tough fade. I think Tyus is a lock on DK. I know you guys will probably want to talk about some FanDuel. If you got FanDuel questions, throw them in. What's up, guys? How's it going?
And Brody, I'll try to keep feeding the YouTube questions to the main screen and restream if that helps you at all. So
Okay. Yeah. Who's gonna benefit if Cade's out? I mean, preliminary, we got Cade out. Actually, the Cade news must have came a while ago because I already got an update. Sadiq Bey will get more run. Probably. I mean, point guard, you got Killian Hayes at 3.9 on DK. He could get a significant bump. They talked about Bagley on the show too. So like look for that too. You're gonna be able to get different with one of these Detroit guys if we want. So they might be a little bit more playable now. Let's wait to an update and then we'll circle back on that. I do like the Miami players in that game. I do like Bam. I really like this balance build tonight. I mean, there's not much to pay up for. I mean, you got the only really pay up option is like Kyrie and Durant. You can kind of get off that. I mean, we like Booker. We like CJ McCollum in that late game. Booker doesn't grade out the best, but McCollum actually grades out better. But Booker's a nice run back in that game. If that game stays close, both 9K guys, I really like. So you kind of got to choose a direction tonight, whether you want to do like a Miami stack with like Bam and maybe run back with like you could even do Bam Butler they talked about earlier combo, which I really like. Like Butler's only 8.6 guys. He has a massive upside against Detroit in this game. I really like that. I just need that update on the Detroit side, which it looks like I got it. And Sadiq Bey is the guy. He's a higher value now. He's a higher smash. He's at 6K. He fits the small forward, which is usually a weaker position. If we wanna run over to my projections, we can switch over to that screen. I don't know if you're not sharing that, right? You're sharing the updated
I'll
news.
put it up for you.
Yeah. Do you go smaller screen with me on that when you do that, or?
I have you small right now so they can see more of your lineup. I can put you even if you'd like as well.
Yeah, the only problem is the bottom bar blocks us in this view. Blocks me.
I removed the bar.
Oh man, you got all these sweet features. Look at Mark, man, killing it, dude. This looks good. Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
I can
mean,
go side by side, but like I said, then you'll lose more of your
yeah,
build.
you'll lose it. So this is kind of my main screen. I got DraftKings up. I was gonna pull a FanDuel up quick. I know we got some real big FanDuel players in here too. So yeah, it doesn't look good the side by side. I don't think. I don't
No,
know.
I
The
think we go
bigger
this
side by
way.
side isn't bad.
Yeah, this
That
is
looks.
okay. I think
Yeah,
for
this is
the
fine. Yeah.
for I don't have that. I don't have that Kyrie Durant at all. I'm staying away from that.
Yeah, I think most people are. So if you're doing like a 150 or something tonight in this little 4-gamer, those are going to be kind of guys you want to target. I think even in that game, so if we click over to Brooklyn here, we can see Drummond's a pretty good play. He's going to be high owned. That center position's a little different tonight. So, I think Patty Mills was popping a little bit earlier because he's getting a lot of minutes, but low ownership. But that might be a pivot off one of these cheaper Memphis guards. You got like Brooks at 5K. fills this SG position in SF. A lot of people will be playing this play here. I really like. Oh man, Jaren Jackson's 30% owned. I think he'll be less than that, but I really like Jaren Jackson on this. It's 6'4". He's got massive upside. Lock Tyus Jones, but I forgot I switched over to FanDuel. That's why it's a little different. So yeah, we're just going over FanDuel right now, guys. CJ McCollum's at 8.5. He's a lock. Center's probably a tough position. Let's look at center alone. You got Wendell Carter, Jaren Jackson, Steven Adams at a lower own percent. I'd take that. Even Bagley has available for that. Bam's right there. Bam's going to be pretty high owned. Doesn't project that great on FanDuel. Oh, because he's 9.2. Yeah. So sometimes on these 4-game slates, guys, you're going to want to look at it like these don't really matter as much because the pricing structure is going to be different. I mean, we only got so many guys to work with here on this 4-game. So we really want to focus on some of this ownership. Like even Mo Bamba, we've seen upside from this guy against Brooklyn. I mean, Drummond hasn't played the best defense in his career. He's only going to be 9%. That might be a 150 play I like. So there you go. If you want to get different at the center position, there's definitely a few options in here that you can do that. Aiton's played pretty good against New Orleans. I don't even think we're talking about Jonas Valanciunas at 8.2 at no ownership. I mean, he doesn't grade out well. He's a little bit more expensive on FanDuel, but like I like to play. Like you can see how far he is down there at lower ownership, guys. You can take your shots at that. I mean, any of these, he could be the literally score the most points on the slate. Like he could have that 60-point game, and he'll outscore any of these guys on here. By price, Andre Drummond grades out the best. So overall, these are the top plays. Grant and Bay are getting a lot of bumps. They're only 5K on FanDuel. That's a nice game stack. I like going with Bam and Butler even on that. I know they're probably a little bit more pricey. Over here on FanDuel, 8.5 and Bam's 9.2. Yeah, but you can still make it work with the 5K guys. I kind of like that. It's better than some of this cheap value here. I'd rather play some of these stars on Miami. So let's get back over to DK. I know usually we talk to DK. Let's pivot from Jones. Sam's, you want to go off of Jones? So if you're off of Tyus Jones, which I don't mind taking a shot at it, but you can see how he's so good at RGV here. I like taking a shot with like a pay up option. So if you're gonna he only is point guard eligible, so you can only fit the guard spot pretty much. So if you're gonna take a shot, like you play like a CJ McCollum, Brogdon, Devin Booker, you'd have to probably best bet is the stat guards in your utility spot and go with high guards, or even pivot to Killian Hayes now. He projects a little bit better, 28 minutes. He's gonna gain some ownership here though. We gotta update this again too because we got that Goga news, guys. Make sure we got that. I don't think any other news has come in. Goga, Cunningham, and Ja. It's a small slate, so we're locking here at 7. I'm gonna be building my lineup as we speak right now, guys. We're gonna go right up to lock, building lineups. Ayton or J-Val? That's a really good question. What site is that site specific? Because DK they might be priced a little different. We like. Ayton projects better at 14% ownership, and Jonas Valanciunas at 2% at 8.6. But guys, like I said, J-Val's a good play. He's a smash play, I think. At this ownership, he doesn't grade out well by his price here. You can see that, but he's a smash play because he can ceiling this ownership. Okay, I like Jaren Jackson. I usually stay up here. I like the Drummond build. This Isaiah Jackson's going to pop now because we got Goga. I don't know. Mark, did we get any starting lineups on that Pacers?
Not yet.
We should be getting some starting lineup soon. Oh, I don't want to leave the screen.
Yeah, I'll let you know if I see anything come through.
Yeah, I usually have it on my tweet deck. Sorry, guys. I switched screens for a minute. I was going to go to starting lineups, but we'll just stay here. It's fine. I got too many screens going. This is fun. All right. Do we got any other questions you see, Mark, that I missed? I was kind of going over the center stacks.
Oh, you want to talk about Markieff Morris? Is he playable in a blowout game? JJ's looking for a cheap center.
Cheap center. Does he play just center? He might play forward too, right?
Yeah, I think he's looking for somebody that plays center, though. That sounds like that's more his need. That's the only question I missed that we didn't.
And he has power forward eligibility too. So I always talk about this in my videos, guys. Minutes equal points, right? Like if a guy's only going to play 18 minutes, I don't ever play for a blowout run. I'm not going to play this guy because I think, okay, he's projected 18 minutes, but he might get 25 because of a blowout run, and he's only 3K. And if he's 25 minutes, yeah, he's probably a good play. But I can't project that this game. I would rather play this game as it's going to be close. I'd rather go here and play these Detroit guys. But the problem is they might be chalky now. So some of these guys are going to get a boost in ownership because of the Cade's out. So Cade took a lot of usage. So, Grant will get more usage. Bay looks really good when Cade hasn't been playing. So he might be a good play.
So
But
let's
yeah,
talk about Rhodey on a 4-game slate. Everything's a little chalky, right? Because there's just not enough players to go around.
yeah.
So
So
what's your normal strategy?
Usually you're going to have guys probably 10 to 20% mostly in your lineup. You're going to have these guys that are 50, 60% comboed with it. It's going to be a little bit different. My best strategy would be to get some of these guys that aren't going to be played. Like if you're taking a dart on the $5 3,000 entry contest, Kyle Lowry would be the pivot here possible against Detroit. Pivot on the Tyus Jones play or CJ McCollum or Booker play, that guard position. You want to get different off some of that crappy chalk because you're going to get Killian Hayes now. But it's going to be kind of spread out now a little bit with you got Detroit and Memphis value for 4 games now. And you got, we haven't forgot about Indiana value now. You got Isaiah Jackson, power forward value. I know they talked earlier on the show. Buddy Hield's a good play. He fits that SV, a small forward position. Brogdon's another guy that has massive upside at 7'8". He fits that guard build, guys. You can go with. Tyrese Halliburton's priced up a lot. No one's going to own this guy, but he has massive upside against Memphis here. It looks like Duarte's ruled in, but I don't think you need a dip down here. I thought Terry would get more of minutes bump. Oh, Jalen Smith's getting it, and Brissett, yeah. Okay, so he's not going to get a lot. Yeah, so that Isaiah Jackson's a good play. Still got all the plays on Memphis. I don't like Dylan Brooks and Bane as much. I kind of like the Jaren Jackson call. I think he should come in like the low guy. Like he should be your guy. That could be a little bit lower. I like that. And 20% is going to be fine in this slate. You're going to get different with your construction. You can get different with other ways. We're going to go on a balanced approach. Maybe we jam some of these other guys in. Like, even Booker doesn't grade out the best, and he's actually coming in not high ownership. I think a lot of these guys are going to be going to like CJ. I think they're going to go to this value guard. So Booker might even get forgotten when they're playing like Killian Hayes, they're playing Tyus Jones, they're playing Brooks, they're playing Bane. So you might lose some people on Booker now. So he could come in at a decent play. Booker, I really like Booker. So as always, let's just run a quick lineup. I don't think I should do this, but I usually just come in here, run a cash lineup.
While you're doing that, I'm going to pop a couple questions to you if that's okay.
Yeah.
2
So
things at once.
Bam was in the last slot. All right, let's run it again. What I do is I save this lineup. This would be like a cash optional. Everyone's seen my videos. This is what I do. Thanks, RG, for showing this off in a video here. So this would be the typical cash lineup that I like. I like what then I would do is I'd come in here and lock these guys. I'm gonna play Tyus. I'm probably gonna play CJ. They got Isaiah Jackson at center. They got double center build, it looks like, but he's a forward probably. I was kind of off the Carter play. I was off Bruce Brown play, and I was off Brooks play. I like Sadiq Bey. And then we just kind of. Oh, sorry, you're gonna ask a question. Yeah, fire away.
No, it's all good. Just going to run down some of the lists. So K9 Broncos looking for your favorite stud on FanDuel. So I
Ooh.
assume he's looking for a pay up option.
Pay up option. So if you look at ceiling, you got Durant, right? He comes in bad. He's going to be somewhat chalky. He is a good stud. Are you looking for low ownership, or do we just want my favorite stud?
He
I'm
did
kind of
not
off Durant
specify.
today, but on Durant, you have a lot more salary on FanDuel. So it's very possible you could go with like a Durant over there, and he has the highest ceiling probably. But I really like CJ's price. I would lock CJ in. He's not a stud price over there, but he's probably the best play. He's going to be chalky. I like the CJ Booker build. I think that's the best. Double spend at guard, maybe. Go Kyrie at shooting guard instead of against Orlando. I don't think their defense is very good at guard. So maybe instead of Durant, you do like a Irving, Booker, CJ, and then play one of the cheap guards to go with those 3 stud guards. And then that's kind of where you're paying up. You're paying up with these stud guards. And then you got the cheap, you got like the cheap power forwards. Like you got a lot of different options now. Power forward. So you can go like Grant's 5'8", even Carter's pretty cheap. You got Jaren Jackson. So there's 5 to 6K range power forward, and you're paying up at those guard spots, and then you're only running one cheap guard versus like you might get some Corey Joseph over here, love. You got a lot of these cheap guards, Killian Hayes. Like a lot of these people are going to play these cheap guards. I think you only play one of them, and I think you play because Dylan Brooks is going to be a guard too, and he projects really good. So I think you pay up for multiple guards. Do that instead of Durant. Okay, I
Yep,
think
I got
that's
a
I think
got a
that looks really good on FanDuel. Actually, what I just said. I kind of
okay.
want to put a FanDuel lineup in. You got a small forward. You'll have options. You can always get to Butler if you got extra money. He's a good option over here at 8.5. So if you do the three guards, you grab like Andre Drummond at center. So you have like a little mini Brooklyn stack. Maybe you could even run it back with like I think Franz Wagner was popping. Yeah, SF here. You can run him at small forward. You can run Butler there. And then you can run Sadiq Bey. And then you can kind of go with those cheap guys over here we talked about, and then Andre Drummond. That's a decent lineup. You got some different pivots off some of the cheap guards and small forwards. Like people are going to play Brooks. People are going to play those guys. So, any other questions we got coming in
Yeah,
here?
I got a couple more for you. Green
Okay.
Monster
Fire.
wants to know about DeAndre Ayton versus J Val. He
I
did not
did kind of
mention a
mention
site.
that a second ago.
Okay,
I
that's
kind of
fine. I'll
skipped.
skip ahead if you're good.
I skipped ahead. Yeah, I gave some thoughts on that. JVale has some good upside. He could be the best player on the slate, so you can play him. But Aiton's also very good against that Pelicans game. I would stack that. I would do like a Booker Aiton and then run it back with CJ. That's my approach on that game. Make sure it stays close, and then you'll get Aiton and Booker points, and then CJ will go off hopefully as well. So,
Okay, Wendell Carter on DK question mark from Green Monster.
Wendell Carter on DK, he was popping. He just did popped in the lineup. I don't mind him. I don't know if I'm going to get to him. I think I like that Jaren Jackson price a little bit better, but let's see here. Wendell Carter does project pretty good, but he is 7'4". I think if we want to use those savings, I like to get down to 6'5" Jackson or 6'4" Grant here. He, even 8'6". I didn't realize Butler's power forward eligibility. That's interesting. That's fun to mess around with. So yeah, I think he's viable. He comes in a decent ownership. He's a good one to pivot to in that same game. Like you could stack Kyrie, Wendell Carter, something like a little mini stack in that game. Hope it stays a little bit closer. Wendell Carter gets good minutes, or play Drummond. Drummond's projecting well, so Drummond, Kyrie, and Carter type stack if you want to. I like that.
All right, and then JJ said Bobby mentioned Jackson Hayes earlier. What do you think about Jackson Hayes?
I did watch the video. I didn't hear Jackson Hayes.
Okay, maybe it was in his.
He's low owned.
That may have been why.
Um, Potentially getting minutes at 5. He's priced up though, 5.3. The problem is these guys all like get like evenly distributed minutes. Like CJ is going to get 36 minutes. He's going to shoot 30 shots. Could at least. He's no Ingram here, so he could jack some shots. And these guys got priced up after they got that last run a little bit. McCollum's been around this 9K range, and he didn't get the biggest price bump for leading the team. So I think there's better value at 5.3, guys. I really do. I mean, if you're at 150, I don't mind taking shots like that. We talked earlier with I need to win in the Discord, guys. Remember, join the win in the Discord. Join the Discord, I should say. We're always in there chatting, talking strategy. So, I like the questions that are coming in. Like if Jones fails today, who are you pivoting? We're playing more guards or something. But we can't fade this chalk. You see how I'm locking some of these guys in. I don't want to fade all this chalk when I'm building my lineup, but I do have to find a place to get different. So
I think Nicholas Dunbar 3 different ways is trying to ask if Markel Fultz is this last spot on FanDuel for him today. He had a little problem with the spell check. Didn't like the way he was putting that in. It looks like.
I don't think Fultz was in play.
Okay.
He's only projected for 19 minutes. We can update it and see if we get any more minutes left. There's just so many plays there, guys. I just don't think it's going to be. We did get a net starting lineup. That's good.
But this is those great questions, those little subtle points you're making where you're talking about, if a guy's projected for under 20 minutes, right? A guy's projected for 18 minutes, there's a lot of hope you're putting in to see that play out. There might be easier plays, right, on the lineup. There might be better plays than playing
Yeah,
against
there's
this.
better plays. You're definitely taking a shot. You're definitely taking a shot that the coach decides to play that guy 30 minutes tonight.
Yep.
So, I mean, I do get DFS is a big game where you want to get ahead. So if nobody's going to play him because he's only projected for 19 minutes and he gets 30, then you're winning, right? But the problem is there's better plays out there that are probably under projected today that have more upside than that play. So
Right.
um,
Minutes
that's just
constrains
it.
upside. I think that's another theme we hear all the time, right? Like you can have upside on your variance and that you'll score more points than normal, but if you're not going to see time on the floor, the amount of upside you can have gets limited.
Yeah, for sure. And they got a lot of guards there too. Like they got Cole Anthony's playing a lot. They got, Fultz now getting minutes. They got Hampton getting minutes. Gary Harris gets 20 a game. Ross plays that spot, gets 16. You see they're real spread out. They got a lot of guys. Okay. Yeah, it's a blow up possibly. You could get a little bit more, but you know, we need to play in the whole game. We got guys that are playing 36 minutes right now at the guard spot. CJ McCollum.
We
You
got
know?
Goran Dragic is going to start for Brooklyn tonight. That's only new news that came through.
Yeah, that could give a little bump to him. I think he was already getting decent bump. He's one of those other guards. He's getting about 17% owned. He's 4-2. He's a value possibility. He could get extra minute bump. He's seeing 30 minutes. It's not a bad play. Now that's a good play, guys. I'd rather take this guy at 4-2 versus Fultz at what was he similar price? Yeah, exact same price. Wow. Yeah. And guess what? Dragic is starting. So that's already a bump off Fultz. You know, so we'll see the starting lineup for Orlando though. I haven't paid much attention to Orlando. I usually don't play too many guys off it. Cole Anthony busted me the other day, so I was a little frustrated about that. Hey man, we got 16 likes on this live today. Let's go.
For sure. Nicholas Dunbar asking about RJ Hampton, who Bobby was touting in the video earlier.
Yeah, I mean he I think he's a better shot than to get more minutes than Cole
Fultz.
Anthony. And he's cheaper for one, and he plays shooting guard versus that point guard position is going to be tough tonight because Tyus and he's only able to go in 2 spots versus this guy can play like 4 spots. So I do like Hampton at his little price. He's getting more minutes too. He's got a higher smash. So yeah, I'd rather play Hampton over him, and he's a cheap value play that not many people are going to play. So that's a good play.
Okay. I think that's it on the questions at the moment. Sorry, one more. Hazer Dragic just came in. I guess that's
I definitely like Dragic.
all right. And
Let's
I
see
don't know
if we
what
get
time
this.
you need to drop for your own lineups to finish up by 7, but we just want to make sure you get any last questions you guys have in case Rhodey needs to run.
Yeah, I'm only doing one lineup tonight. I was gonna, and I'm
Okay.
building it right now. I'm talking to you guys, to be honest with you.
So you've got a little extra time then.
So I mean, eventually I'll probably go off the main RG screen here as I finish it. But
Yeah.
we'll see. They got Wendell Carter. I don't mind this Isaiah Jackson. I really want to play. I really like that Jaren Jackson play.
I've got some Jaren Jackson.
I think Bay is small forward eligible. I said right. Yes, he is. Now that makes a big difference. Because now we can get different with these guards, guys. We can get different with these forwards, I should say. And I can still play 2 centers. So like if I like Bam, or if I like, say you want to play Bam, Drummond, or Adams and Drummond or something, 2 5'8" guys. Like I don't mind this, but the Memphis center. Or you want to play J Val. I mean, he doesn't project that well down here, but he's got big upside. I like going something like Drummond, Bam, CJ. And I usually sometimes end up building where I'm like way over on salary. So we'll see. Yeah, see. So I'm way over. So then we got to figure out where we're gonna lose salary at. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. I don't have enough value, guys, here.
Yep, you got to find the value to balance out the big spends, right?
Yeah, we're kind of a balanced build tonight. So you kind of just see how I kind of just tweak some builds, guys. We're tweaking builds. We're kind of messing around with the builder. If you got questions, throw it in. Isaiah Jackson, 5.7 on FanDuel. Yeah, I talked about them. I like those 5K guys on FanDuel. They're much easier to get in. Like if we want to find value guys on DK, we hit this little value button. Killian Hayes is still popping. We're paying up at guard here, so we're kind of getting different there. You do have some really good value guards though. You want to go that route. Even Patty Mills, boom. Love me some Patty. I don't know. I really like Bam. We need a lot of help on this build though. This one's tough to get.
Well, with all the shifting, I will be playing some Durant tonight now on FanDuel.
You're shifting to the Durant build. I mean,
not completely, but there was with some of the guys that switched out, I'm able to get him into a lineup or two maybe. So we'll see.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, just again for context, I am playing 5 entries in the $2.22 on FanDuel and 5 entries in the $4 on DK. So those are my normal nightly slates. Those are the 20 and 25 max entry builds, low stakes. So some of the ownership projections that Rhode gives you won't hold up in the lower buy-in contests. Some of the variance needed, though, to succeed in those lower contests, I need to sometimes find even lower ownership guys to be different in a 20 plus thousand field.
So if we're talking a little bit different, you can see I just built this one lineup, got a couple 17 percenters in here, but it's still going to be a chalky night. But it's a little bit different build, guys. You can see we're stacking this game. We don't have any Indiana value. So we could switch into that. But this one's the chalky with an Indiana value, and you can see that we're at 279, 240, but we dropped 5 points, and we did drop some ownership. So, I mean, just that much tweaking off the build could get you guys where you want to go. So, I don't mind this Indiana total. It's 115. It's going to be a higher total. That Detroit total is not as good. We do have a spot here, though. We could play this Isaiah Jackson play. And then we can just build again. So you just kind of work it a little bit. You're getting a little game stack of Detroit, but we don't have that Miami. We don't have Drummond, we have Drummond. We don't have Bam. So yeah, you can see that these builds are lower percent, a little bit better. RJ Hampton's popping now in this one, a little bit more value. Patty Mills, if we're looking for another cheap guy. So the problem is I got, too many of these guys in here. I'm not getting what I want. I got too many 6K guys. It really wants me to play Bruce Brown. It really likes Brooks and Bruce Brown, don't it? Franz Wagner. So we got any other questions, Mark, or what are we thinking? Everyone just kind of watching me build lineups or what?
Yeah, I think the last couple questions you answered, the Isaiah Jackson question, Hazer Dragic, I think that's seems like things have gotten quiet. If folks have anything else, feel free to post them up.
I really like this Miami game. I just don't think I can get to it enough. I need 2 3K guys. I just don't think I got 2 3K guys tonight. So a lot of times I don't want to force things in. Problem is I'm playing Booker and CJ and all the values at guard. You see how I'm different, guys? You see why that's a huge difference? All this 3K value at guard, people are going to jam that in and they're going to play like, oh, they're going to have all this money, so they're going to be playing Bam and J-Val. They're going to be playing Durant at small forward or power forward. I think he's eligible. So you start jamming all these guys in, then you have a lot more options. I might be able to make it work, though. I can find some forwards. But yeah, I mean, sometimes it just takes a lot of builds, guys, like I do in the video, lots of builds, lots and lots of builds. We might end up on Dillon Brooks. It might just be a thing. Or we might not end up on Bam or Drummond. You just got to find a build that you like that works, guys. Keep messing around. I really like Jaren Jackson tonight. I mean, I don't ever fall in love with players, but it's like he's got upside and he's got a lower ownership, kind of. He's 6'5". He's going to get more usage. I kind of like that. So maybe we build with something like this. It's going to give me, I knew it was going to give me Killian Hayes. Ooh, we do have a 3K guy popping now. Livers? Let's see what he projects. I like Corey Joseph at 4.4 more, maybe. Livers is power forward, though. Olynyk would get more of a run. Why is he projecting for 20? Did we get a starting lineup on the Detroit game?
I do not have one.
Man,
I'm gonna check.
oh, they're playing at 7:30. That's why.
Yeah, yeah. Kelly O. I mean, Sheets talked about Kelly O earlier, and that was before, obviously, some other
Yeah,
guys.
his minute projection is still down, but I think we could probably project him for more. I mean, this Livers guy's getting some. Has he been getting a little bit more of a run? He's projecting. Yeah, he's been getting a big run. Guys at 3K, this guy gets 25 minutes. He's going to project pretty good. Hell, maybe I'll throw some Livers in here. Wow, I can literally play this game stack with Bam,
I
Bay,
think
Livers, and
that's what
Killian.
on the Discord. I think that's what Kobe was mentioning earlier when Sheets said Kelly O. He had mentioned going Livers instead.
All right. I have the
Win or
Discord.
lose, most likely Kelly staying around 15 minutes. This is from Kobe Forel. If the likely blowout happens, Livers could end up with 20 plus minutes against a secondary Miami defense and save you $900. Of course, neither are good plays, but just a tourney get different idea to consider on your wild card entries. That was his take of
Hell, I got this is my big buy-in lineup here.
Sometimes that's what it takes.
I'm needed to get Bam and Jaren Jackson and Booker and CJ, kind of more of a balanced build with some 8K, 9K guys here, even a 6K. I'm going 6K guys actually. I'm gonna need some of these 3K guys. But on a 4-game slate, you might be able to win a high dollar contest with a dud. So, especially if Dylan Brooks goes out and fails, or some of these other guys go out and fails, you can kind of win a tournament, or optimize this. That's what we got. I saved it already. So let's look at what we got for saved lineups, guys. We have the overall chalky lineup was 279, 240. We built a lineup at 274, at 224, a little bit less chalky with a little bit more balanced. Memphis ownership. Now this one has the Detroit ownership, or Detroit value. 50K, 214, 270. So we dropped 9 points, which is fine because we did drop a decent amount of ownership. So, we dropped a decent amount of ownership on that one. So 25, that's okay lineup. You got a 9K guy or 9% owned guy here. Like you can use this lineup. So I need a sneaky yearly stream in the playoffs if you have any thoughts. Yearly, what's he saying? What's Nicholas?
I'm going to need some clarification. I didn't follow that one myself, so
I'm a little confused on that one too. I'm like in the playoffs, you're talking like
you just want us to not turn the live stream off the entire playoff run? Is that that seems that can't be what you mean?
No, I don't know what he means. So yeah,
he'll clarify. It's yearly fantasy hoops. I gotcha. He needs some plays for his year-long fantasy.
Oh, year long pickups or late plays?
I don't know.
I like this.
Oh, he needs a stream. He needs a stream where he can go to get those plays for we're daily fantasy. He needs season-long basketball strategy.
Oh yes, okay. we can add that for sure. I do lots of season long for football stuff, so I'll probably.
But he
do
needs
best
somebody
ball
for tonight. He's desperate.
content.
He needs help right now. Otherwise, his team's going to be out.
Okay,
Nick, we
you
can't
need
help you
help.
tonight, but maybe next year we can.
We just gave all the good plays for tonight, man.
Yeah, no, I'm just.
Do you have any of these guys for this week?
Yeah, I mean, I think Sheets said it in his earlier video pretty good, right? It's not hard, guys. All the numbers are out there. You just pick players and then you get a lot of luck. That's kind of how this all works out, right?
Oh, you need a good pickup. Well, is Isaiah Livers available? Is just click this. So one of these guys, RJ Hampton or Hayes picked up probably. Patty Mills, guy that could get you minutes. Fultz picked up. Claxton, Najee Marshall. I'll take Hayes. Yeah, take Hayes. Yeah, if you ain't got Hayes in your lineup, he's one of the top point per dollar projection plays tonight here. 30% smash. He's no Cade. I'm not saying he's any good. I'm saying he's probably going to fail, and I'm probably going to play him. I mean, we'll see.
That's great.
I can get Hampton or Hayes. Ooh, that's tough because look, these guys both project well too. Dang.
I would love to
Uh,
find 3 more guys in the NBA named Jackson tonight so I could go with my Jackson 5 lineup, but I can only come up with 2 Jacksons that I want to
I
play.
know. I think me fading. I take. I think you should take Hayes. Um, that would be Killian Hayes, guys, not Jackson Hayes. Okay, let's get that straightened out.
Well, who's the other one that always comes up? Every time they're talking about Holiday, Sheets
Oh
always says,
gosh,
"Do you mean?" And Bobby goes, "I never mean that Holiday. I always mean the other Holiday."
yeah.
Oh, it has me laughing.
There's so many
Well, Sheets is just
holidays.
remember, you got to remember how different those guys build, right? Kind of. I'm more of a Sheets builder, following lineups and stats, and so Sheets is just looking at names on a page sometimes, right? He's not even digesting what it is. He's just looking at 5 lines down. It says some guy's name, and he reads that name out loud. And Bobby's like, "Never that guy, never that guy." I'm dropping
Yeah,
Jackson Hayes. Okay.
Jackson Hayes. I don't know. I mean, tonight is interesting now. We got a lot of more value than I think we had earlier today. Cade out open up Detroit value. Morant out open up Memphis value. We have value in that Pelicans game. If you're running 150, it's not really value, but it is high minutes. You know, you did talk about Graham, and those guys should still be getting some minutes tonight. But I mean, they're expensive, so they don't grade out very well. But if everybody else fails, they could always succeed. So
And
I don't
that's
know.
the
I like
trick.
this. I like this Livers play. I like Killian Hayes tonight. I think those are good plays. Um, yeah. Any other questions we got, Mark? Or
Did not see any others.
I'm dropping Jackson Hayes for him. Oh man, if Jackson Hayes goes off and you pick up Killian Hayes, I'm gonna be so mad. We did get a Pacers starting lineup.
Okay.
Um, Brogdon, Halliburton, Heald, Brissett, and Jackson.
Yeah, I should
Jackson
probably
is
have.
popping on RGV. That's the problem. I almost like playing Jackson and Drummond better than Bam. Yeah. But it's a little more chalky. You see this lineup? Yeah, it's a little more chalky playing like that lineup.
Yeah, I only ended up with, again, we're only looking at 5, lineup sets, but I only end up with Bam in one of them. So I'm kind of off the Bam play.
Yeah, I like Bam tonight, but he is a little bit more pricey. Wendell Carter would fit a more balanced build too, like a 6K, 5 to 7. You could get like Tyus, Brooks, Bay, Jackson, Wendell Carter, Bain, Jaron Jackson, Booker type build, with paying down a little bit.
I do have about 30% of Wendell Carter, so
I don't know.
got to.
People are hot on that Wendell Carter tonight. Andre Drummond probably going to be the guy that smashes. What do you think about Drummond, man? He's going to be smashing.
I'm all in on Drummond tonight. He's not in all my lineups, but he's in a good majority of them. That's the direction I ended up going. So whether it's right or wrong, find out in a couple hours.
Yeah. See, man, I kind of like the lineup I built, but
Got to play the ones you love, man. That's what this all comes down to, right? You follow all
yeah,
the prognostications, you listen to all your buddies on True DFS. Everybody tells you what they're doing. At the end of the day, you still got to like the guys you lined up with. If you don't like the guys in your lineup, you do what Sheets does. You X them out. You say, "I'm just not playing Steven Adams because I don't like him." Whatever your reason is, it doesn't matter. If you're not
yeah,
doing that, then you're not doing anything, right? Then kind of like, what's the point sometimes? So.
yeah. That's true. For sure,
Well,
man. I don't
Method
know. I
Man
feel
thinks
like
they
I
might
shouldn't get
sit Booker tonight. Just a hunch. No
What's
inside
that?
info. I said Method Man says he has a feeling they might sit Booker tonight.
Really?
Just a hunch. He's not saying he has inside info. He's just saying he's got a hunch.
That would
Well,
create a problem.
yeah. What's the pivot? What's the pivot off of Booker if that news comes out?
That would be an issue.
I'm gonna I'm
You
I'm gonna
you
trust my numbers
you
for
would
now.
see like Mikal Bridges at 5'9". You would see Cameron Payne, but he's priced up at 7'7". He's not playable, I don't think. Really, with Payne being priced up like that, I don't know if he's playable.
I don't know.
No, I don't think there's any good options. I do like Mikal Bridges though at 5'9" and Ayton at 7'3". So that's always good.
All right, Rody. Well, I'm going to finish up my lineups, and I'm going to get off stream to do that. So I'm going to leave you here if you want to be. Otherwise, we can end the stream altogether. Totally your
Yeah,
call.
we got 4 minutes. We can just end it now. I think I'm fine with that.
All right. Appreciate your time tonight. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Be sure to check out our Discord. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to join True DFS. Lots of good stuff coming. More and more every day. Rody is here now. He's a member of the team. We're going to get more and more content out of him, and I'll do what I can to keep things lined up on the schedule.
Awesome, guys. Thank you for tonight, and hit that like button on the way out if you haven't already. And let's get it tonight.
All right. Have a good one, boys.